So I did not have all of these senses open. I was very visual growing up, and then as a teenager, I shut down a lot of the senses by thinking, okay, I'm just hallucinating. What do you mean by talking to the stars? Or, who does that? It's just weird. I'm not gonna tell anybody. But I kept playing in my head because I was bored in school, and the teachers would talk about something, and I would be somewhere else in my head, exploring some galaxy, rescuing some princess somewhere, all kinds of those funny things. And then, when I started to study consciousness and spirituality, mind-body techniques after my college in the early 2000s, then I saw a lot of these teachers that were known all over the world. They were taking me to the places where I used to play as a child. So I thought, oh, so I wasn't hallucinating. This exists, and that's where we want to play. That's where we do play now. So it's a matter of opening up the senses. I asked a lot of healers that are known in many parts of the world. I asked them, how do you see energy? Sometimes they would get confused. I was born with it, so I never thought about it. And they would all tell me, some people are gifted. You're either born with it or not. And that just doesn't work for me. In my technical brain, because my background is technology, my thought process is I can design my reality however I want. I can pick up any skill. If one person can do that, anybody else can learn. So I asked a lot of healers and teachers, and usually they would say, oh, I was just born with it. You can either have it or not. So I used to tell myself, I don't see energy, I don't feel, I don't have all these senses opened up. And until, a Qigong master first told me how I notice, because he asked me to scan a person who had some blockages. And I was using my hands, and he said, scan this person. And I did. I said, I don't feel anything. He said, scan again, and scan the heart area. And I said, no, I can't feel anything. So I told him, look, not everybody's like you. So he said, okay, when you put your hand through this area, do you have steamy sensation going through your palm? I said, yes, but I don't feel anything. Then I realized that's how I sensed blocks. So he, being a Qigong master, could tell me how I was actually noticing, how my body was signaling. So then I realized I could notice. Then I looked at energy and information, and I began to notice how it shows up, how I see the information, how I smell it, how I notice in all the other ways. So I begin to open up my senses more, and I begin to also fine-tune my senses so I know how I receive the information. So we can all see, hear, feel, touch, smell, and whatever other 6, 7, 8 senses we have. We can all notice with all of these senses, but we just don't know a lot of times this is how we receive signal, because it may be a little bit of itchiness that you feel in your head, and you may think, okay, it's just nothing, but maybe that's a yes for you. You don't know that. So that's why whenever you go through these journeys and process, you want to notice all of your senses, what's showing up. Even if you feel a little tingly sensation somewhere, or parts of your body itches, or you have heat or cold or other feelings, just notice all of that. And then you can notice what's a yes for you, what's a no for you. Your body sensations will tell you. And gradually you can begin to notice the information matrix more. You can simply open up your senses to see all that information. And we'll talk more about it in the next few days. Yeah. So does this help?